Well, hello everyone. Here, talk to you about right here is that the word rebate is talking about with a rebate it is, and with most of us, if we've heard of it or if we've seen it on like which calls like on a few purchases that of course we bought at like which calls like a retail store or somewhere, but knowing about basically the whole part about rebates is basically that is like for money back. It is like talking about that if you were to it's like write down say the serial number. A lot of times it's between 16 to 18 digit say serial number it is, and it includes like what you call the letters like through A through Z, and of course the letters of the alphabet it is. It's like a capital and lowercase letters, and of course what numbers it is, and basically that and then of course counting out the outlines. But let's just say if the serial number were to be like what you call like they would sometimes a lot of times it would want you to mail in like if it would be called like which calls like a decal. It's like if a decal, and knowing about like how you spell it is it's like so far as talking about how do you spell it. It's like see here, go ahead and say a decal. Let's see, I've like now I'm not sure exactly about how it's but anyway that you got right here a decal. But anyway that they have right here is that talking about it's like if you got right here, it's like you're talking about got that right here for like a word is. But anyway that a mail for a rebate it is that knowing about with the rebate that if you were to be mailing if you were to buy something, and then if it would include like what you call like a rebate it is. Anybody maybe think about what is a rebate? It's basically that after you purchase a product it is, and if it's like what you call if it's a software program for your PC, or if it's anything related to maybe a few things that of course I have bought that come with the rebates. It was if it's a camera or a camcorder, or if it's a Blu-ray player or anything like that, and which nowadays that I heard that that with some companies that they don't even supply. It's like that they don't even offer rebates, mail-in rebates anymore like they used to, and which that could about could have something to do with it that they no longer support for the company it is for how much money of course that they say that after you purchase the product, and then either if they ran out some companies that they run out of money to be able to pay other purchasers or something like that. But on the other hand too, that knowing about anybody could probably think about well they making enough money as is, and then talk about right here, go ahead and use right here as a white. But let's just say that with a lot of times with a lot of rebates it is with mail-in rebates that if you're talking about that if you were to actually buy something, and then next thing you know it is like that then talk about going to the time and effort it's like of filling out the rebate form it is. And a lot of times with the rebate form that they would come like on a receipt, or if it's like what you call it would usually come like it would usually be printed on a receipt, or if it would show on a on like what you call like a coupon advertisement, be on the front of the box it was or somewhere. And then knowing about that whenever you were to get a rebate form it is that they say that you would have to, it's like you write down the serial number, and then of course they would want you to cut out the original. It's like cut out the advertisement. And anybody would probably think about it's like talking about with using a pair of scissors it is. It's like basically always that's like have if you're going to be letting a kid use one of these to say that for extra protection to have it around parent supervision, and on your hand too if you're going to have a pair of scissors like this to watch out by how you cut of course. But basically that it would want you to cut of course around or around the parts for where the dotted line for the cut symbol, and it would ask you to mail in the original say portion, of course, from the package, and then of course including the serial number. In which I could probably say that with rebates, it is that hey, that they're talking about with rebates, that if I were to answer the question to what kind of products do offer mail-in rebates, and I would probably say that with nowadays that I'm thinking if you were to go out and buy maybe a lamp, or something, something such as what you call perfume products or anything like that, any kitchen products, I would probably say that maybe with a few kitchen products that they may offer you a mail-in rebate. But on the other hand, too, the last rebate, of course, I got, anybody probably think about that that a lot of times the rebates are between $10 and $20. It is a lot of times, and we probably think about with $10 and $20 it is the way to be spent. And they say that it's usually that spend it however you like. It's not really like well, you got. If you were to earn any kind of money back value, it is, and knowing about that, you only have to, it can only be spent on like what you call like Google, your Amazon.com or somewhere. But anyway, depending on the rebate too, that I would probably say that really what is the whole portion, of course, about a rebate. It is talking about, anybody probably think about, it's like a credit, I guess, if it's called credit back. And basically that I guess you could look at it as credit back. It's like you got right here and then back right here, credit back. Basically explain, it's like from your purchase of the product. From your purchase of the product, this is for see, appreciation. I guess you say see, appreciation. Anyway, but talking about like my details maybe go on and on, but so far as you say appreciation, it is so far as talking about, it's like for APT. APTL or something like that, for thanks a lot to this. But on the other hand, too, knowing about anybody maybe thinking about it's like, thanks a lot, or hey, thanks a lot, man, or thanks a lot, ma'am. But other than that, like talking about APTL as like for thanks, thanks for purchasing this product. It is, and we could probably think about with what you call is like the word mail-in for mail-in rebate. It is. And I was also thinking about using like what you call like for like a decal. It is for like I say a logo. It is, and anybody maybe think about that with a type of logo that maybe the David. So I go ahead and add a little bit of pink right there. But maybe if it was like what you call like in 3D, and the way I usually draw my stuff, of course, in 3D, of course, is just to add like what you call like a darker color. You say on the side right here, and then I use like a variety of colors. I go ahead and add like a little darker color about right there, and of course you add some black. It's like go ahead and get the black crayon right here. Go ahead and add a little bit of black right here, just to make it look like that. I don't know if you say you talk about the circle. It's like draw it to maybe if it was on fire, and draw it like if it were on fire or something like that. But basically that with this type of stuff, I guess that going through the extra 15 minutes, just to fill it out, just to get some money back for it. And what anybody would probably think about is like if they were to get their calculator, of course, with their glasses on, and of course it's like keeping track of the time. It is of knowing about if anybody would probably think about, hey, why would we want to spend the extra time on filling out a rebate to this? Is basically, fact is like, hey, if especially if it's only going to be $15 or maybe $50, it is. That's not how much, of course, I paid for the item. But on the other hand, too, that knowing about that for how much, of course, you paid for the item, and then how much the rebate is like everybody's probably saying. But something's better than nothing. But the way I would think about it is that knowing about that a lot of times that they only give you a certain amount of time, of course, just to fill out the form. It is the forms that they usually have that they usually give you for the mail-in rebate. And on the other hand, that talking about right here is that go purchase this product. It is, and of course, a lot of times there's going to be a rebate that's going to be included with it. With that rebate, that I think about, with the rebate, that knowing about, it's like something like this could be located like what you call like under some say art design it is, or anything like that, or you gotta cut out of the box, or maybe if you only have maybe a lot of times it's 30 days just to mail it in, just to get your money back for your purchase. It is. And I don't know, with some companies that I'm sure that they probably say that they more likely that instead of sending you cash, that it's possible that they may send you maybe a disc for like which calls like a free trial period or something like that of like a software program. And if you were, I don't know, if you were to call them up, or if you were to say complete an order form, it is basically talking about, it's like for mail-in rebate, or if it's at the whole rebate. And I really don't know exactly about the whole truth of matter is like with rebates, a lot of times is like with rebates that they'll go ahead and pay you maybe $20 or more or less, is like they'll give you some type of money back guaranteed for the purchase of a product for the mail-in rebate. Such as if possible that they may want you to buy their next product that they offer. It is. But a lot of times that a lot of the rebates, of course, that I have used and gotten from the past, it was, and of course that they mail you, like usually a lot of times they mail you a check. It is, but anybody may be thinking about that you go through all that time and trouble, and then of course it's only about maybe $20 it is, or maybe $10, and of course they only give you like a certain amount of time to do it. So it's like, really, if it's really worth the whole matter of paying for the postage, if anybody would probably think about that dealing with the paying for the postage on and then putting stamping the envelope as well. But so far as knowing about with most of the time that if you were going to be talking about a rebate here, if we're going to be talking about maybe money back for your purchase, it is, and like with anybody maybe thinking about that, money back for your purchase, huh? It's really, is it even worth it? It's like talking about with if it's going to be $20 or if it's going to be maybe $50 or maybe $100, it is. But the way I would think about, I'm like, that with anybody, think about if you pay a lot of money for something, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, you go ahead and use it. And the way I would think about, I'm like, anybody may more likely want to fill out something like this, a rebate, if it had anything to do with that if they want to upgrade to something later on, upgrade to something new, and then they would be able to get offered maybe 20% off from your next purchase or something like that. But anyway, but like with me though, that whenever I buy stuff such as electronic stuff, it is a lot of times that a lot of people would probably think about, I at least expect it to work. It's like at least expect it to work, no matter if it's a rebate or not, because on the other hand too, anybody may be thinking about that, if you really need this product, it is, if it comes with a mail-in rebate or not. But on the other hand too, that some people may look at it as like a rebate, huh? But on the other hand, that there may be some rebates out there. They may be some that they say that but that's only if you purchase online, it is, or if that's only if you purchase through a catalog. But on the other hand too, the way I would think about it, I'm like, with rebates, it's basically talking about understanding and knowing about money that's paid to you according to your purchase, basically what it means. But other than that, it's talk about the word rebate, is talk about the mail-in rebate so far as the understanding, and talk about it's like the serial number, and of course right here the word rebate, basically, of talking about. It's like, for whole definition for what it means so far as the word rebate.